All right, so to give a quick recap of last time, Raynor may have managed to develop something of a possible associate within a major trading family. At least that's what anybody else would know from him. He just met a pretty half elf who kissed him and pinned him to a bed. And Elizabeth, you somehow orchestrated this out of an attempt to scare the crap out of him, and actually did something fruitful for his social skills. And Jing was mostly a drunk and sort of the drunken uncle figure, giving Raynor the talk. Honestly, I think that's how the last few sessions have gone, but that is the best explanation I can give.
Pretty much, actually.
Anyways, you find the three of you find yourselves now at an inn. You have no current work. The caravan you did work with apparently had arrangements to work with another group. As such, they are not hiring you again. Currently, you have no employment. Whatever money you have is money. The only money you'll be able to afford. You'll be able to have unless you find other connections. And you are in a major port city. So what you decide to do is up to you.
What a day for him not to show up, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
speak of the fucking devil.
Give it a few minutes.
He just got here.
He just got to his house.
Yeah, check the chat.
Holy crap, traffic must have been murder if he's an hour late.
Okay.
Oh,
So we'll start in 10 minutes now.
Not
We
that
made
bad.
the right decision by waiting an hour.
Yeah. Oh god, I can't imagine what we would have been into if we hadn't.
Well, considering Raynor can't talk to Elizabeth very well.
No, I was gonna say you can talk to her.
I can, but not well, and she hates me.
At least from your point of view, probably. I honestly, from my interactions, I just think Elizabeth more sees him as a guy she can mess with rather than actual malice.
Yeah, we're just that one group in high school. She's the popular kid, and she's
Yeah, no, it's like in high school, you're the nerd that just was friends with. Yeah, Heaven's that one kid that always seems to manage to get alcohol on campus, regardless of how many times he gets caught. Right, Mark, you're the guy that actually like keeps the group from getting expelled from the school by knowing rules and ways to get around that. And Elizabeth is just like the popular chick that for some reason hangs out with you two. Neither of you know why.
Why does this sound like a sitcom I've heard before?
Yeah, it's like neither of you know why she hangs out with you. She just does.
Is it the Breakfast Club you're thinking about?
Maybe, but I never watched that to completion.
Me neither.
I haven't watched the period.
That sounds like a freaking sitcom waiting to happen, though, right?
Probably. Oh,
Hola.
Cookie.
okay. Okay, you got to understand something real quick. When we all got on at like 6, we were kind of wondering where you were. At first, we didn't know if, like, we all asked if you had contacted one of us and said you either weren't going to be here or going to show up late. None of us did. So I said, okay, let's wait till 7. If he doesn't show up, we're just going to start. Right at 7, we decided to start. I give a quick little summary, and then at 7:02, you send the message.
Nah, I've been out all day, technically since 11 a.m., but I'm here.
I'm just putting into reference. If we had started at 6, this would have been entirely different.
Oh yeah, I sent you a message on Xbox, Toki. Just ignore it. Just trying to contact you.
Okay, I hadn't been on my Xbox for like 6 hours.
I know. I was just trying any means to contact.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know why my phone didn't make any noise when y'all started.
To recap, you concluded your contract with the caravan you had been traveling with for the past 2 weeks. You're now in a major port city, possibly the largest port city within the entirety of Mitarel. You currently have no job, or at least no form of employment at the moment, and you're free to do whatever you wish. Take on another job, explore the city, investigate rumors, whatever you want. It's up to you. Or even pick a fight in a tavern.
I like all of those options. But first, I would like to find the house of what's his name's girly friend.
Oh fuck no, you're not.
Okay.
Hey,
Roll
I
an
have
investigation check with disadvantage.
I have my own family business to worry about, not just your love life, sir.
Yeah, no. Okay, roll an investigation check with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Uh,
Disadvantage, dude.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, you can't find him.
Yes.
For 2 major reasons.
Girl.
1,
Yeah,
you don't know her name.
Girl. Yes, you are.
2, you don't even know her last name.
Interesting as you are.
And I doubt you've been to the city.
In fact, none of you know her last name.
Oh shit, right.
Shit. Are we? Is the orc still?
They're gone. They had another group or something. We're at the
They had
guild
another.
hall. Right? We left off at the guild hall?
No, you guys went to an inn that they had paid for kind of as a thank you.
Ah.
But yeah, no, it dawns on you. You really never learned any of the people's names. Elizabeth, you're the exception because you were conspiring with the girls for the entirety of the 2 weeks, so you eventually had to learn their names. Otherwise, you just would have seemed offensive.
I learned one of their names at the end.
Because she stuck her tongue down your throat.
Hey, that was her choice.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, after that, it would be kind of hard not to know her name.
Hold on, wait a minute. She Frenched me?
Yep.
Okay, that you just said a long kiss. I did not know it was Frenching. Christ.
Like I said, Rainer was confused after that encounter.
Oh,
But
yeah. I go up to the
Zhang-
bar and ask who rented our rooms for us.
And you approach a big, gruff guy, about a bit taller than you, about a head taller. He's got this real thick beard, a scar on one eye, and no, he's human. Huh?
Excuse me, sir. Big orc guy.
Yeah. He's the one that paid for your rooms.
Cool.
Why do you ask?
I have a message I'd like you to give to him, and I jot down some business stuff on a piece of parchment, and I give it to the bartender. I'd like him to give it to his
All right.
last what would you call them? My mind is blanked. It is time for a drink.
I'll pass along the message. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. And I encrust it with the Nightingale seal.
He just takes the note from you and gets back to business.
I also buy rum from
You
him.
ever send your sister money that you owe her?
Okay, subtract one. How much rum? Are you just like filling up your entire thing, or is this just a single drink?
Just a drink.
All right, 5 gold.
I hand him 5 gold. Rum is expensive here. It's
Hey,
worth
he gave
every
you the
drop.
top shelf stuff.
And I turn around to my compatriots and what's next? Because I'm pretty sure I don't have any Nightingale businesses here.
You can actually, Jing. You actually don't know if there is a Nightingale branch in this city. For all you know, there could be.
I turn around and bother the tall gentleman again. Do you know where the nearest Nightingale is?
All right, so Jing, you got what you're doing. Elizabeth, what are you doing today?
I don't know. I'll go to a magic shop.
Roll an investigation check to see if you can find one.
Hold on, did that freaking gnome just run off with my stuff?
Yeah, apparently.
Freaking gnomes.
You should not say that out loud.
Yeah.
Wasn't. This is out of character.
Hey, he's a shelter. Yeah, no,
She
he's a
essentially
shelter.
just conned me about 10k in gold, apparently.
Yeah. Well, hey, no, you don't know anything about that.
I don't in character.
And actually, no, it's arguably worse for Raynor because she stole some of your cool stuff from you.
Oh yeah, there's that.
So yeah.
I'm just gonna investigate the city and see if I find some fun stuff.
All right, roll an investigation check, and you need whisper to me what you define as fun.
All right, how about I just say I'll look for someone to look at my other trinkets because I don't want. I'm being specific with you. We're in a whole new city. He's never been here before. I'm giving him a goal.
No, okay. For reference, the investigation check. Yeah, roll and then I'll tell you what happens.
I'm gonna end up in a brothel somehow.
Rock, paper, scissors, see who goes with him.
Okay, so 1 second. Gotta actually roll something myself here. Because if it's anything less than a 20, you might end up somewhere weird.
Well, it's not a 20.
This is the problem when you specify a character as being completely socially inept and absolutely out of his element.
Hey, we had some really fun last roleplay sessions.
All right, so you're not in a brothel. You end up in front of a shop, and it's not like any other shop before. It's actually a very nice looking establishment. It's got like It's got a window with I don't know what it's called, but basically like writing embellishment on the windows, like writing. It's in cursive and in a completely different language, so you have no idea what it says. But underneath it says assorted.
Sure?
Oh wait, it's you speak Elven, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, but it's in cursive, so it's a bit harder to read because of the odd way
But
it's
I have
written.
proficiency with doors.
It's just a window.
Damn it.
Difference, but anyways, what happens?
Can I tell what
So,
the shop's name is?
The name says R. Ellington. Magical items and assorted.
Somehow I ended up in the magic shop.
Elizabeth, do you want to follow? Do you want to tail him, or do you just want to try and wander?
I'm blatantly following.
Yeah, I go with them.
Are you like stalking him, or are you just like following him, like tagging
Just-
along?
Just tagging along.
All right, so Rainer, you're accompanied by Elizabeth, and Jing, roll a stealth check.
Roll high, buddy.
I did say blatantly, didn't I?
Roll a stealth check with disadvantage, because.
Wow!
Okay, let me just paint what would have happened if that 22 had been. Okay, so what would have happened is, even though, Jing, you're trying to blatantly give away the fact that you're stalking them, nobody would have noticed. You would have, like, Metal Gear Solid styled, taken the box and just kept moving, and no matter what, no matter how many times you make noise and they look back at you, it's just a box.
Oh, please tell me cardboard exists in this universe.
No, he grabbed, like, a full wooden box and was lugging that thing. Anyways,
I guess I go into the shop since I have no idea where I am.
yeah, Elizabeth, do you read Elven?
No.
All right, so you have no idea what the hell the window says, but Rainer just stares at it for a second and then shrugs and goes in.
Yeah, it could be fun. Follow him in.
Okay, so the shop, as you two walk in, it's a rather interesting shop. It's, despite the fact that it looked like a one-story building, it's clearly at least 3 stories tall on the inside, somehow. And
Magic.
the inside is a myriad of vibrant colors, mostly ranging from a deep, rich purple to a very dark red. It seems to be the color palette. Everything in between those. Both of you kind of find it a bit odd, but hey, it's a stylistic choice. Anyways, there's a large desk sort of towards the back wall, and it's a pretty decently large first floor. There's a few shelves and racks containing random items, weapons, and other stuff. But the desk seems to be the only thing either of you can identify as being something you'd know. There is a small rope hanging from the ceiling over the desk.
Well, go on, chaps. Pull it.
When'd you get here?
No, you guys knew about him. And he just sort of like slipped in.
I guess I pull the rope.
You hear a very loud bell sound as you pull the rope. Just
Oh, not good for my hangover.
you hear a voice from the be there in a minute. Then a rather tall figure a few minutes pass, and then a rather tall figure appears. The first striking thing is he's got blue skin. He's wearing glasses. He's taller than all of you, and he's got blue skin. He's wearing decent robes. It's not silk, but it's definitely of nice material.
How much taller than me?
Well, how tall are you?
5'10".
About 6'8".
Damn.
And his build's more stocky. Like the robes sort of almost hang off of him in certain places.
Okay.
It looks like the clothes were meant for somebody much smaller, much shorter, and much more filled out than him. He looks at oh, I assume your adventures.
Yes.
He extends a hand out to you, Rainer.
I shake his hand, I guess.
Rillington Roslin, at your service.
Rainer.
And you two are?
Shing. I raise my glass. Shing.
Please refrain from spilling that on any of the merchandise. He gives you a wary glance.
I can always put it up, and I down it, and I put the cup away.
Thank you. And he turns to you, Elizabeth. When he turns to you, you notice subtly that he reacts in a surprised manner before it's subtle. Neither Rainer and Jing, you don't notice it at all, but Elizabeth, you notice a slight reaction from him. It's like instinctual fear, but he quickly gets over it. And you are?
Lisa.
Nice to meet you. All right. So, what can I do for you all?
What do you sell here?
Well, this is a magic shop. I sell a variety of potions, scrolls, and armaments. Though no armor or accessories.
So if I showed you something, could you tell if it's like magic or whatever?
I wouldn't be a proprietor of a magic shop if I wasn't able to. Why?
I pull out... Oh boy. Well, for shits and giggles, I'm gonna pull out the dice. See if they're any kind of magic, because I have no idea what the runes are on them.
You
I already
hand them
told
to
you
him?
those weren't magical.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mark that on my notes. Alright, then I show him the shard of crystal from the small case with no edges. Not the sunflower one.
Well, it's not enchanted, but there is magic. He goes back around the desk and... I haven't seen something like this before. Do you have any more of these?
No, but I pull out and I get the green crystal of my protective cushion pouch. This came with, I found it with this as well.
Almost as soon as you do it, he just snatches it out of your hand almost inhumanly fast. Well, this is just a rather valuable gemstone, and he just sort of tosses it back to you. But this... looks like a mana core.
What's a mana core?
Is none of you know?
I don't know much of anything on magic.
Well, no, I'd expect you not to, but companions I thought would have.
I was bad at
How,
them.
how long have you been adventurous for?
A month, I think. Month and a half.
Well, manacores are essentially crystallized sources of arcane energy. Typically, they're used to power automatons or certain contraptions, traps of rather old design, but for the most part, they're usually found in ruins. Granted, some rather advanced practitioners do still create them, but for the most part, there's something of an outdated idea. Though I've never seen one of this design. Most are either spherical or cubical, but never one that's just a crystal. What did it power?
Nothing. It was just in this box.
Hmm. I see it.
I show him the box with no edges.
He takes the box and looks at it. What did you do?
I gave him the box it came in.
All right. Well, there's no magic with this, but you'd have to take it to an artificer to have it fully inspected. But this crystal I can buy if you're willing to part with it.
I'm not sure how much this would be worth.
100 gold.
I look to Jing to like, is that a lot? Not saying it, but like giving him a look.
Roll a performance check. Jing, roll an insight check. This is more because neither of you have really been around each other, so you don't have a good idea of body language communication. Rainer, you perform it well. Jing, you think he's asking you something about this, but you're not exactly sure what. As far as you know, he's just kind of looking to you for advice.
Doki, did you mute yourself again?
Can I roll an Arcana check to see how much something like this would be worth?
Yep.
Okay, please don't be shit. And it was shit.
The Nightingale Corporation never really dealt with magical items. At least if it did, you never got involved in those sales. So this could be in the ballpark. You'd need to look it up to know whether or not you're getting stiffed, but for now, you think this is a good deal.
Well, if you want my honest opinion, I'd keep it until you know more about it. Word has as if I would know more about it, and it'll take me a few days to research it. Because it's not part of normally what I study.
I guess that
We
makes
can
sense. I reach out
we
my
can
hand.
always bring we can always bring it back.
Well, sorry to hear that you won't wish to make the sale. Well, can I interest you in something among my wares? And I also like how none of you have noted on the fact that he has blue skin.
I'm not looking for another Krastar.
No, he has just blue skin, but it's not vibrant. It's just pale blue skin.
I mean, I
Wait, so
glow.
is he a
It's not
drow?
that weird.
Wait, is he a drow or something?
One that's black or purple,
Oh.
but same genus, meaning species.
Rainer doesn't really care.
But he does seem kind of interested in trying to sell you something else. I believe there might be several different items that I could offer you.
I open my coat and I show him the end of my Kisarigama. Do you have anything like this?
Might I see that for a second, actually?
I unwrap it from my belt and I let him see it.
He takes it up and sets it on the desk before reaching down and getting a book. It's a rather thick tome. Places it on the desk and flips open. He flips through the pages rather rapidly. He pushes his finger and flips the book around. There. Known, and you see on it, it's a series of glyphs and runes, commonly referred to as the unseen chain. Essentially, if your weapon requires some form of chain, this enchantment eliminates that entirely. You place 2 runes, one on the weapon and one on what you wish to connect the chain to. Now, an infinite amount of chain can be summoned between the 2. The chain cannot be interrupted by anybody other than you, and it can also be dissummoned at any point. Essentially, if your weapon requires you to entangle them with a chain, there isn't much chance for your enemies to use it against you. Also, it makes storage rather easy. Would you be interested?
How much would it cost?
1,500 gold, and I'd need about a week to complete it.
A week and 1,500 gold.
It's well worth it.
I know, but I find myself light of funds at the moment.
How much are you missing?
Say 1,300. Look, I pack light on journeys for a reason.
Or is all
remember,
that? Or it's the rum.
Rainer, this entire time, he's kind of looking at you oddly, more specifically your bag, where you keep all the stuff, and specifically your owl.
Do you want to meet Oscar?
Oscar?
I put Oscar on my finger and hold it up to him.
You put it on your finger?
The tin owl that I assume can stand his own weight.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, but you put it on your finger. Okay. Your finger immediately drops to the ground as the owl weighs at least 3 pounds. And you're trying to balance. Yeah, a very new monk.
Okay, fine.
And you're an elf. Well, half elf, but still.
I punched through steel doors. I can hold a freaking 3-pound owl.
On a finger.
Fine, on my hand if you're gonna be so freaking fickle about it.
Thank you. Yeah, so Oscar is currently in his he's asleep, but so that's what I was sensing. Would you like me to fully inspect it?
I guess. I'm pretty someone tried to. I think they got all of it though.
I don't know. Actually, nobody inspected the owl.
Didn't Lisa? She did a thing and
yeah, but she she did, but she wasn't able to get you the full thing because she was sort of distracted.
Oh, right. Yes,
remember.
Please. Does this cost anything, or is he doing it out of curiosity?
More curiosity, because you can kind of see his eyes starting to like twitch a bit because he sees something he doesn't know. May I please see it?
I hold him, Oscar.
Okay, so the moment he starts to cast the magic, the thing goes ballistic. it starts going off. Just
It's attacking him.
no, it starts writhing in your arm. Just like its wings start flapping out, the legs start kicking. Its head is like swiveling full 80 degrees at like a mile a minute.
I pull him back away from the freaking
He immediately
owl.
stops, and the owl just shuts down immediately. Well, that's okay. Shall we try something different? He takes out a different object. It's a small talisman. He places it on the desk. Try placing it on that.
Very warily, I attempt to.
Okay, so the moment you do, your connection to Oscar dulls slightly. It doesn't completely sever or fade. It just all of a sudden the innate connection you had to the magic that makes Oscar all of a sudden feels slightly further out of your grasp. Again, his hands light up, but Oscar doesn't react as violently this time. Okay, so, and he essentially gives you the same explanation as Lisa did, except with one caveat. It also appears that it has some level of intelligence. If it senses magic being cast by someone it is not familiar with, or believes will attempt to harm its owner, it will, well, do what it just did. Granted, this doesn't mean that the person is evil or is intending to harm you. It is more a natural reaction to what is already intended to detect, simply extending a bit more. Basically, even if the person is not a completely magical entity but is casting magic, you'll at least know that it is occurring within the vicinity, if not the precise location. Does that make sense?
I guess.
Yeah, so basically while within its radius of detection, a non-magical entity that still has spellcraft casts something, the owl will detect it and start going off. Granted, again, it doesn't make noise, so it'll probably just ram into you, but you'll at least have detection if somebody tries doing stuff. So, you got that?
Yep.
All right.
What did this guy sell again? Baubles?
Scrolls, potions, and weapons of magic variety.
Wait, I thought you said he didn't have weapons.
He didn't have armor.
He didn't have armor.
Or accessories.
Armors, yeah, he doesn't have armors or anything like clothing based.
Damn.
Anyone else want to go first?
Yeah. What kind of heavy weapons do you offer?
Okay. He leads you over to a rack on the left. On it are great swords, or 3 great swords, 2 axes, and a hammer.
Not really I'm more of a polearm kind of person.
I could try special making an item for you, but it would... We could negotiate price on it, actually.
What kind of enchantments do you hold?
Come with me. And he basically kind of tunnel visions with Elizabeth. The other 2 of you can like browse the wares, but he'll know if you try to touch something. So Elizabeth, he comes goes to you with to the desk, and he pulls out a second tome, or rather, it's a much smaller one. He sets it down. This is a list of enchantments I can offer. The enchantment's potency will vary depending on the cost, as that will affect what the potency of materials I use. That will also affect the time it takes. But essentially, I can offer a sort of tab system, a sort of favor system. I will waive any costs for the enchantment if you do a task that will net me a profit of similar that would cover the costs. The task can be completed any time, but so long as the task is completed, at least within a 6-month period, no costs will be brought to you.
I could do that.
Okay. Look through this, and if you find anything you like, please tell me. In the meantime, I will tend to your companions. And he walks out of the desk. All right, so you can look through the book, and if you want to look for a specific enchantment, you'll have to roll to see if you can find it.
I would like for a specific.
Yeah, if you want like specific, let's investigate. If you want specific enchantments like vampirism or stuff like that, you're gonna have to look and investigate. But if you want general things like elemental or stuff like that, that's pretty easy. You can just find that just by flipping through.
Yeah, I'll investigate.
All right, what are you investigating for?
Anything blood related, bleeding, vampires.
All right, roll investigation check. It takes about 5 minutes, but eventually you find 3 enchantments. The enchantments have sort of nicknames, and they have very complicated arcane names, but then they have like more common names used. Blood plague, blood transfer, and blood vessel.
What does each do?
Blood plague is essentially a bleed effect without bleed. It causes, upon hit, target has to make a constitution save. DC will vary depending on quality, and if they fail, they take for the next turn. Their next turn, they take a certain amount of poison damage. Blood transfer. Once the target takes damage, you will regain a certain amount of hit points. Blood vessel will store damage, and that can then be later used at a short rest to act as hit die.
I'll go with the first one.
Do you point that out to him?
Yeah.
Blood plague. Not often requested. Materials are a bit rare, so costs tend to get higher. I can offer it at 3 potencies: low, mid, and high. Which one would you like?
How much is high?
We are asking for material for gold cost in gold, or in what the favor would be.
Gold first.
For a high variant, he seems to do the numbers in his head for a second. 3,000 gold.
Ooh.
3,000. And if I were to take a job,
I'd essentially be asking you to take a short trip to a alternate dimension.
I would love to, but I have to run it through my companions first.
You could also take the low, and that would simply be a few errand runs.
Rather aim high. And I've been itching for a fight. Either way.
Your companions might think differently. But you're the customer.
I'll go ask him first before I make a definite answer.
I'm gonna go look through his shop while she's done this.
Do you go up to the other 2 floors, or do you just stay on the first floor?
There are other floors.
There's 3 floors.
Since Rainer doesn't really know what he's looking for, yes.
All right, roll a general investigation check just to see what you find.
I'm making sure he doesn't blow himself up, so I'm following him.
You don't find anything you generally want, but you do start to get ingratiated as to what the general allure of magic items is.
So I don't notice anything that sparks his interest.
Not really. There are a few creatures that look similar to Oscar, but you have Oscar. And also the another note, the stone is kind of giving off a low grumbling noise.
Which stone? The shard?
No, you know which stone. The only stone you have that would talk.
Oh.
And grumbling is in like not very sort of like nervous. Anyways. Do you just say that, Necro?
Yep.
Oh my god.
For what reason are we going to a different dimension?
Bring me a Gaijin's heart.
What?
What?
That'd be what I'd send you on. Gaijin hearts on the arcane market. Net about 3,000 gold. More so,
What
actually.
is a Gaijin?
Something very bad.
Genies?
Oh, a Jin?
Have you never heard of them? Gaijin, Jin, names change.
This is out of character. Fuck no! We are not strong enough to fight a Jin right now.
He never said fight. Technically, you could barter for the heart. But if your minds immediately flip to violence, then hey, you're adventurers.
So how about it?
But so is that a consensus of no?
Sure, why not?
No, Rainer has no intention of leaving this plane of existence.
And I might also remind you that he will not be giving you a means to travel to another dimension.
So how are we supposed to get there?
You'd have to figure that out on your own. Usually those that request high enchantments have methods of getting to other dimensions.
Alright, so what kind of job we get if I go with medium? With medium enchantment.
If you want a different enchantment or a lower quality, then the task would be probably much easier for you to accomplish.
I'll take the medium.
Okay. For that, you'll need... He takes up a small list and hands it to you. It is basically a grocery list of various monster parts you need to collect. Since these aren't high demand or parts I'd need right away, you'd have a full year to complete this task. It is Dragon's Heart, any age. One, I can't remember the name. Let me look it up real quick. But yeah, the list is 3 items. Dragonheart, Griffin's Talons times 4, it says. And finally, Nightmare's Head.
A horse?
What was the last one?
Nightmare's
Nightmare.
Head.
It's a horse.
That's a horse?
Yeah, it's a demon horse or some shit like that.
course it is.
Technically demon horse and knight, but yeah.
Nightmare's head or
Nightmare's head.
Horses or the knight?
Doesn't say, actually.
Oh, then we'll get both.
I'll just keep the other one. Or just send it.
All right.
So a dragon, a griffin, and a demon.
All in all, the parts would cover the total cost of about 2,500.
What is she getting again?
Essentially, she's getting an enchantment on a weapon known as Blood Plague. At medium, the enchantment gives 1d8 additional poison damage after every successful hit over the next turn, basically. So, and this can stack. Well, no, wait. It can stack up to 3 times before it just becoming obsolete. Oh, no, wait. That was high. No, low is 1d4 and it can stack. Or medium is 1d4 can stack. High is 1d8 and it can stack indefinitely. Medium is 1d4 and it can only stack 3 times. Low is it can only go once and it's a 1d4, just flat. Do any of you else want to try and get enchantments, or?
Not at these prices, but
So-
does he have any bags?
You ask him this?
I don't know if Rainer would know what I'm talking about.
He knows what bags are,
All right,
and
I'll ask Corinthal.
he'd honestly ask, what kind of bag?
Again, I don't know if he would know what I'm referring to.
No, Rainer would literally just ask for, do you have any bags?
So that's a yes, if he's asking types of bags.
Yes, I have bags, but I have different kinds.
What kinds of bags?
Do you have a
Bags
bag
of holdings,
that would hold
bags of
these parts?
devouring,
No,
bags of holding, bags of devouring, bag of cooling.
What's a bag of holding?
It is just a bag that holds a lot of. He turns to Elizabeth. Are you sure this person isn't just? And he sort of comes up and whispers, "Special."
Do I hear that?
No.
He used to live in the forest for a very
Oh.
long.
Oh, okay. So just unenlightened. All right. Bag of holding. Essentially, it is a small pocket dimension into ethereal space that you can stuff all manners of things up into.
Lower your grade count to B or C.
Basically, you
It's
put
a
things in the
magical
bag.
hole.
You put things into the bag. You can put more things into the bag than what the bag should physically hold. And he demonstrates by taking out a small bag from his side, shoving his hand all the way up to the shoulder in it, before pulling out a very long greatsword. Rainer, this is amazing to you.
Yeah, it is.
Like your starry eye just.
How much?
750 gold.
Oy!
Pocket dimension. Oh, and before you think of trying to jump in there yourself, there's no air.
Ah, thank you. Are there more fun bags like this?
He reaches another one, and Bag of Devouring essentially does the opposite. Anything you put in there will slowly be destroyed.
Why would someone want to carry that?
Handy.
Well, I've had certain adventurers that need to get rid of bodies and don't want it clogging up space in a bag of holding. Also, fairly good for breaking down items, as the process isn't immediate.
Yeah, but you're taking a chance every time you stick your hand in there.
No, it doesn't immediately activate. Takes about an hour for an item to start decomposing. No, I don't have that item. After a certain incident, I was forced to destroy that item due to a certain cult. One I will not mention. Moving on. Is there anything? I have several scrolls that might interest you. He seems to immediately avoid the topic and basically just. Do any of you else have any business, or do you just. Yeah, Elizabeth, do you want to hammer out the details of the enchantment, or.
Can I come back later? I'd rather go get a pole arm
Oh,
at
most
a
certainly.
blacksmith.
The task isn't set in stone until I start casting the enchantment.
Yeah, I'll go to a blacksmith first. I'll
Okay.
come back later.
Well, thank you for your patronage. Or promised patronage.
Should be here by later on or tomorrow.
Okay. Well, have a good day. He goes back behind the desk and just starts idly looking over things.
Wait a second. I pull out the jar of blink wolf eyes.
Yes?
Do you have any use for these?
He looks at them. No.
Do you know what they could be used for?
Potions? Alchemy? Not what I handle it. You'd have to go to either a witch or an alchemist.
Ooh, joy.
Oh, I put in the wrong name of the thing I was looking for.
Just out of character, real quick, it's really awkward because I want to go get a glass of water, but my cat's laying on me. Anyways, back to this. I've never heard of that one.
In character or out?
Both, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fun one. basically you grab something out of the bag and you roll like a d8 and it'll summon a random thing for a fight to help you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what they are. Oh, God.
I think there are variants too.
Yeah, gray, rust, and tan.
Alright, so he only has bags of holding and devouring then. Okay.
Yep.
Rainer.
Does he have robe of pockets?
Huh?
Robe of pockets.
Is that an
Or I
item?
think Scanlan. He can pull patches off the pocket, off the robe.
That was
Different
something
guy.
he made with a lot of money.
And that was a different guy. Tyrion
Darrington.
Yeah, that was a lot of gold, if I remember, to make that.
Yep.
Robe of many things. Robe of something.
How much did he
It
say
was
the
basically
bag of holding
robe of
was?
many
700
things.
something? How much did he say the bag of holding was?
750.
750.
You should get one.
Do you know a place where I can sell this and I show him the 20% platinum steel ingot?
Any forge? Blacksmith? Any
I have
metallurgist?
directions to said place.
He sort of shrugs. I never go there. Usually my clients bring me the materials.
Okay. Wondering how much.
Robe of useful items. That's what it's called.
I imagine that's expensive.
The compendium never has a price on anything, but it is a wondrous type item.
Yeah, no, then it's expensive as hell.
Alright, the shop has nothing for Rainer, so once you guys are done, I'll head to the forge.
That's where I'm going.
Jing, you want to buy anything here?
No, I'd like that one thing he said earlier, but I do not have the money, so I need to go find a nightingale if there is one and see if I can't work out a deal between him and the others. But first, I must find the nightingale.
How much was the enchantment again? For she?
If wait
He
for
gave you a list, not a price.
Nope, he gave me a price for mine.
Not you.
no, his was 1,500.
I thought Necro was asking for the price for me.
I already got my price.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go to the forge. Try to find a blacksmith or something.
Roll an investigation check.
Nope.
You don't find a forge. You end up back at the shop. Elizabeth does find a forge, and she sort of drags Rainer along.
Come with me.
So did Jing follow us, or is he looking for a nightingale?
Jing, you ask around, and you know there's a nightingale establishment in this city. You just can't seem to find it for some reason. Like, even if people point towards the building, you just keep getting turned around.
Curses. I seem to have been kicked offline.
Hmm?
I just got a red box that says your connection to the server has been interrupted.
I got nothing like that.
Yeah,
Your
that can
internet got
happen.
disconnected.
All right, so you guys talk to yourselves. I'm gonna go in real quick, get something to drink. I'll be back in a minute or two.
Wait, how much do you have, Ivan?
Me? I packed for this journey with 165 gold pieces.
That's how much you have right now.
Yes.
Okay, let's take the job.
But what I'm saying is, I didn't add the 266 gold pieces from our last job.
Because currently I have 1,300.
Oh, congratulations. $432. Plus whatever I can persuade Nightingale to loan me.
Back.
Yay.
Considering they loan me anything.
Oh crap.
Huh?
Nothing. I just realized what I want to do after this. After this forge.
I
All
know,
right,
I was
so
there.
what do you want to do?
Oh, did we finish? Are we at the forge?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to find like a blacksmith or whatever it's referred to see if I can sell this steel platinum ingot.
You know, you have more than just a steel platinum, I think.
I know I have the jewel, but I have to go to like a jeweler or something,
All right, so
which is what I was going to do after this. I want to.
you find a blacksmith, and it's a human, a little bit taller than you, rough, clean shaven, not as a bit more well put together than you'd expect a blacksmith to be. Like no scars, no rough voice, sort of just regular working guy. Do you approach him?
Yes.
All right. He's sort of just looking through something and checking on a few pieces of metal that he's cast. What can I do for you?
I was wondering what you could give me for this, and I show him the ingot.
Give it real quick. He goes over to a small scale that he has, and he puts a few weight. He puts it basically. You have no idea what he's doing, but eventually the
He's
scales
measuring.
are even. Yeah, no, but you don't know that in character. All right, I can give you 500 for it.
That is the most money Rainer has ever been told at once, and he will happily accept that. Wait, how much? Do you say 500 gold?
He just said 500.
In silver.
In what?
He just you already accepted, so he just takes the ingot, slides it back, and then takes out a sack and slams it on the table before going back to work.
Oh, fuck me. I open the bag. Please tell me it's not copper.
It's gold.
Thank Christ.
Yeah, but in the future, ask for currency before you just blindly accept.
Okay, that's all my business here. I'm gonna find a jeweler.
And leave me behind. I see how you are.
You are not a nice person, Derainer.
What is she trying to do?
He's saying I'm leaving her behind. Yes, he would leave her behind.
Oh yeah, he would. He'd just take the gold and just move on.
Oh, but I found my way back here.
Okay, Elizabeth, from your point of view, Rainer just grabs the gold and kind of almost bolts out the door, looks left, looks right, his shoulders fall, and then he just turns around and heads in.
I thought you were finished.
I am.
Why here?
Did you say wait here or why here?
Wait.
Okay.
Roll a persuasion or intimidation check of your choice, and Rainer roll a wisdom save. Please
If
fail.
I roll
Please
under
fail.
a 10 with this wisdom.
You don't have to. You don't have to obey her. She just tells you to stay here.
Anyways, I'll go and get the shopkeeper's attention.
So, Elizabeth, what do you want to do?
I'll go ask the shopkeeper if he has any pole arms.
Scratches his chin, takes you to a small rack on the right. It has a few pole arms, 2 spears, and things similar to your glaive, but the blades are the blades are styled a bit different is all.
By any chance, you have any pikes?
Wait here. He goes and rummages through the back. He brings back 1 pike. It's not like fancy or anything, but it's just a basic pike.
Yeah, I'll do it fancy, so why not?
What you going all Vlad the Impaler on us?
Actually, believe it or not, I was actually thinking of making them. I already have his character sheet.
So that's all?
Yeah.
Alright, that'll be... He takes out a small book to check pricing. 5 gold.
Will you need to trade it for this bleed?
2 gold.
Yeah, sure.
He takes both the glaive and the 2 gold and gives you the pike.
I asked the blacksmith where the nearest jeweler is.
He jabs his finger to the right. Go that bit away, you'll hit one.
And I walk out the door.
All right, so you just go try and find the jeweler.
Yep. What time is it anyway?
Do you check the watch?
Yes.
It is 11:53.
In the morning?
Yep.
I'm getting a lot done today. Do I have to roll to try to find it? Do I have to roll to find jeweler?
Yeah, roll to find the jeweler, because you're still searching. You're lucky that anything short of failure, you would have found it.
Really?
Yeah. You find the jeweler. You
I guess I
Do you
go
walk
in.
into the jeweler?
I was expecting a grandiose statement like the...
No, it's a shop similar to the magic shop, except the sign doesn't have the window doesn't have any writing on it. It instead has like it instead looks like it's a pattern, like framed pattern. It'd be the best way to put it. Anyways,
I go in.
it is a tiefling male behind the desk. He's currently it's a glass display case, and there's a small side that is just solid wood for the desk. It's like, there's a small bell that chimes to get him up from his work. Do you have any? What would you wish to do today?
I believe the word is appraisal. Is that right?
You mean appraising?
Yes. And I take out the gem again, the green gem.
You hand it to him. Jade.
Also, can I point out I'm looking since I've now almost sold something for possibly worthless. I'm keeping an eye on him in case I'm being swindled. Like if he realizes it's worth a lot, I'm gonna pick up on his ticks or something. Should I roll for that?
Yeah, you'd have to roll a insight check.
It was hard for him.
Yeah.
I wish I was there to watch this.
Why couldn't it be a 1?
Let's see. He doesn't give anything away.
Really?
Yeah.
With a 21, I don't get anything. Wow.
You get that he's definitely interested, but yeah, no. So, do you want to try anything else? Because he's taken quite a bit to like inspect it.
No, I'm just keeping an eye on the gem. Or the crystal, or whatever it is.
Not Jade, actually. And he consults a small book. It's known as Kalachos.
What?
Kalachos. Rather rare crystal. Not often sought in jewelry, but greatly sought as arcane focuses.
So a magic person would be more willing to buy this then.
No, I'm certainly willing to buy it. It's just in general purposes. Suppose it's absent mind. Absent mind to shadow, something I do sometimes. He looks through the book. And the condition it's in 200 gold.
Can I see if he's trying to bullshit me?
Roll another insight.
Natural 20!
The playoffs.
Mm,
know that's what
he's
I
not
said. Mark
bullshitting.
was like, what?
No, I think I'll keep it then.
No, you. Cody.
Hmm.
Cody. Where are you
Very
playing
well.
Cast Tech at?
An arcane focus locked in a dwarf puzzle box. That's gotta be a story.
Kind of reminds me of the flower from Super Mario.
Okay, let's switch over to Shing real quick.
Hola.
Shing, where are you going?
I suppose I'm still walking around the streets.
Yeah.
Investigation.
You can try again. You do find a Nightingale building.
Oh, thank God. I walk inside.
Building looks much the same to the one you found in the first city you visited them in.
Well, we can't account for taste now, can we?
Hmm.
Is there anybody at the desk?
It has a small sign saying "Out to lunch."
Great. I will sit and wait. And drink and
All
wait.
right. So since you'll be waiting for about an hour, let's switch back to Elizabeth and Rainer. What are you two doing?
Did you find me? Or something?
Elizabeth, air.
I will go as soon as I got my pike. I will go straight back to the magic shop.
All right. You go back, and the blue-skinned elf is still behind the desk. He looks up. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, there's the weapon when they get enchanted.
Do you wish this is the item?
Yeah.
Okay. He pulls out a contract, unfurls it. He gives you a pen.
They sign it.
You feel a slight prick as you hold the pen, and as you sign, the letters briefly glow. And then beyond that, nothing really happens. So your product will be ready in a week. After that, the contract will become active, and from there, you have a full year to complete it.
All right.
Thank you.
By any chance, could you tell me what this pendant's about? Son,
His hands glow briefly. Sadly, not. It's not enchanted.
do you know what do you know the writing? What it says?
So it's not. That's again not my expertise.
All right. Yeah, thanks. As I head out.
Thank you for your service. Patronage. Sorry, I'm mixing up words all of a sudden.
Question for the DM. Would things like arm braces nullify my unarmored defense?
No.
They would not.
No, unless it is a legitimate shield you're holding.
So it's
It
shield
wouldn't-
or armor.
Yeah, those. It wouldn't add to your armor score. It'd just be aesthetic.
Okay. Good to know. I guess I'm just gonna go back to the inn then.
All right.
At noon.
Yay.
I was not expecting to get that much from that ingot.
It's got platinum in it.
I know, but it's like it's not even most. It's like a fourth or fifth platinum, but still. Jeez.
All right.
Well, to the guild hall.
Necker, what are you looking for?
For a guild hall?
Hmm?
For a guild hall.
Oh, you don't need to investigate for that because you already found it. You've been there before.
Go sightseeing on the way there then.
No, as in you guys went there to go fulfill the contract with the caravan.
So no roll is required.
Yesterday.
Period.
Yeah, so all right, so you go back to the guild hall.
And I'll search for any jobs, any extermination kind of jobs.
Most extermination jobs would occur on mainland, so you'd need to take a boat back.
Any short caravans?
No, there's no caravan jobs.
Are you trying to tell me something?
So what kind of jobs are there?
Hmm.
Do you have a
What are you looking for?
Perhaps there are
Pretty much anything involved fighting.
I'm sorry, it's something weird happened with your mic. Can you repeat that?
Anything that involves fighting.
There's one job. Deal with wolf infestation. It would occur here. There's no set time limit for the job, and it's really just it first requires you to go and talk to the contracts distributor, which is in location 18, which is a town known as Kraken's Nest.
Yes. I do want you.
Okay, so that's the most prominent job, as it has a larger payout than almost anything on the board at the moment.
Am I paid in this city or in the other city?
You're paid there.
I'll take the job.
All right. Do you sign on all three of your names?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What next?
I'll go back to the inn.
All right. Anyways.
Oh, is there a place where I can get this blink wolf hide made into something?
You could try going to a tailor.
I will look for a tailor.
Roll investigation, because you have no idea what a tailor even is.
After we finished, the same thought. Otherwise.
You don't find a tailor.
These rolls.
You end up back at the inn.
I ask the innkeeper if there's a place I can take this pelt to, or leathered pelt that was treated. I forget.
Anyways, yeah, there is one place. And he gives you directions.
And I go.
You go there, and it's a quaint little shop. So there's a few people inside. They look like either customers or patrons. Anyways, there's a gnome that seems to be running everything. He looks up. Can I help you with something?
Yes. I was wondering if you could use this to make something for me. I show her the blink wolf leather treated
Him.
whatever it's called.
All right. What would you like me to do with this?
I forget what it's called. Basically, I want the wolf head over my left shoulder and it wrapping around. What's that called?
Well, the first thing I think of is a one-shouldered cloak. It wouldn't restrict your movement, and I could get the aesthetic design.
That sounds lovely.
And he kind of takes you over and shows you what a one-shoulder cloak is. You know what that is, right? Or one-shouldered cape.
I'm pretty sure I know what that is.
It's your Elatori, that shit.
What?
You've never played Assassin's Creed?
Yes, I have.
Do you
Long
remember
time
what
ago.
Ezio... You don't remember Ezio Auditore's one-armed cape? Wow.
That's Assassin's Creed 2, man. It's been a long fucking time since that came out.
All right. So, that'll take probably a few days. Yeah, you can come back later, but yeah, it'll take a few days. I'll charge you when you get here, when it's done.
Thank you very much.
Do you leave or do you?
Yes, I leave. If he told me it was gonna be a few days, I'm not gonna stick around a few days.
Mm. All right. All right. So, where do you go?
You must reintroduce me for my son.
I guess back to the inn, because that's literally everything he can do right now. As he walks back, his thoughts are drawing back to Liza. Whatever. Wait, did we say Liza or Lisa? We kind of flipped flop on that. The elf chick that disappeared.
Okay, so we gonna cut back to Jing real quick. Jing, people start filing in from lunch break.
I was half asleep. I opened my eyes and watched them file in.
Yeah.
Where is the manager of the manager of this establishment?
A man with a rather full-bodied man with a very large mustache comes walking in. That would be me. What do you need?
Do you have an office that we can talk in?
Follow me. Sort of leads you to a back room.
And the conversation from here on out is going to be in Celestial because Shing does not trust his workers with the information that he's about to say.
Okay.
I am Jean Louise Nightingale, and I show him my crest and my ring, and I need you to basically loan me some money, but I need it put on paper so that my father can track it.
How much money do you need?
Shit. Let's call it an even 5,000.
small loan of $1 million.
That's what I'm saying, right, Trump? I just need a small loan of $1 million gold.
No.
But Jing is straight faced the entire time.
I can give you 3,000 before it'll cut into profits.
That'll do for now. I need you to put this on paper
He
and
does.
track every good. And then
You have 3 months
I
to pay
put
it
it
back before it starts accruing interest.
good to know. 3 months. All right. And that's pretty much it. Oh, wait, no. Do you know of the magic shop on the corner? Blue skin fella runs it.
Yes?
I'd like to organize a deal where we take some of his merchandise across the ocean, as it would seem. But I need one of your people to, what's the words? Be there to help broker the deal. Because y'all know your capabilities in this region where I do not.
We'll see what we can do.
Good.
So yeah, what do you want them to do exactly?
I want them to go over and then, talk him into letting them procure and ship his merchandise across the country in order to procure a discount for the Nightingales and their employees.
All right. We'll see what we can do, but no promises.
My good sir,
He gives
we are
you
Nightingales.
the
And
money
we
in
do our
platinum.
best. You were saying?
Yeah, he gives you the money in platinum.
Okay. And how many platinum pieces is 3,000? 300 platinum pieces?
Yeah, I believe so.
Platinum is 10 gold a piece, 10 times 300 is 3,000. So, yeah. Cool. I should also write this down somewhere.
So do you guys? So do you head back to the tavern or the inn? I mean,
No, I head back to the magic shop.
do you sort out the enchantment stuff?
Yeah, I get the chain enchantment and a bag of holding and a bag of colding.
Okay.
Wasn't one of those 1,500s and it's 21. How much is the bag of coaling?
Yeah, no, you just spent everything you had.
Mm-hmm. I
The
also talked to
you
him
just got
about
from that loan, you just spent.
Yeah, I know. That's what it was for. I'm also going to talk to the owner about the representative from Nightingale that will be coming.
I already have multiple shops in other cities.
Yes, but how much does it cost you to ship your items or
For free?
transport your
It's a
items?
family business. And I use
Oh.
teleportation circles.
That take you years to manufacture?
No, I set them up. They take minutes to set up.
Do something
You're
It's
thinking
a
of
simple
permanent ones,
incantation.
dude.
It takes, sure, it takes about a month or two to set one up at a new location, but once that happens, they're there. I stopped relying on shipping routes years ago when pirates kept raiding them.
I have to check. I don't think a Nightingale has been raided yet. Except for
Yes,
that
but
one
why
where
take any chances? And if I can do something for free, why would I start paying people?
you have a fair point. But I still think you should consider
I'll at least
the
listen.
night. You'll at least listen. I still think you should consider the Nightingale proposal because they can help you expand your shops from here to the capital, as it were.
Yes, I already have a shop in the capital. As I've
Really?
said, I've been in this business for quite a long time.
You'll have to excuse me. My knowledge is not as much as I'd like it to be, but I've never heard of your shop.
Well, given the fact that you seem generally inexperienced in any form of business, then that's not something I'd be surprised by. When you have at least 100 years of the experience, then come talk to me.
Well, you see, my dad has that and more, and I've never heard him mention your shop once.
Well, I've made it rather poignant to avoid any form of shipping company. Not to mention any personal matters, but I've had a falling out with most shipping companies I've used before. Thus, my current reliance on teleportation circles. This
I,
company, Nightingale, I have heard of them. Back when I was still dependent on them on shipping companies, Nightingale wasn't so much of a powerful force I considered. Or at the very least, it didn't have routes to where I needed them to go. Thus, I never either considered nor approached them for business. If your father never talked about me, it was most likely because I served as no form of monetary value to him. So, not to say that your father isn't well versed in knowledge of most businesses, it's simply he probably never held much interest in my line of work. Is this
I
all?
see you. Yes, that would be all.
Good. Then could you please leave? I have work to get to.
Yep, I go back to the thank you, my Bob.
All right. You all go back to the inn and start. Elizabeth, you tell them about the job.
Yeah.
Where is this job at?
I'll take out. Wait, I don't even have that. I tell him it's by another port number, and pretty much the job is just to go and exterminate wolves. Pretty easy.
With leaving already?
Yeah.
What about our enchantments? They take at least a week. Oh,
Just
bag
always
of
go.
holding.
Have any other weapons?
I do not actually.
Shit.
This makes me
At
glad
least,
I decided not to get anything.
well, I have my claws. Do have some spells.
Mind you, again, it doesn't have a time limit as to when to start or finish.
So we're just gonna spend a week here.
Yeah, you could totally spend a week.
I tossed Elijah the bag of holding. I mean Elizabeth. You'll need this for your dragon heart.
Oh, thanks.
The bag of holding can't fit a dragon heart unless it's a worm thing. The
I never
bag
said
of
we were
holding,
going after
while
something
it does, no, well, the bag of holding can expand to fit a certain level. A dragon heart, like not an adult, but an adolescent dragon's heart. God, no, that's not fitting in there. But it would store the other stuff very well.
big. The head.
Heads and the talons.
What's it called? Bag of colding?
Bag of holding, yeah.
We can also keep our food and stuff in there so we can take actual meats with us when we travel.
Anyways.
But I suggest you keep the meats that we eat separate from the things that we kill, so we don't accidentally eat a horse's head. And I stare pointedly at her.
No promises.
So, what do you guys plan to do?
I plan to take Elizabeth and get her in a fight in a tavern.
Are you trying to incite a actual fight?
Yeah.
If we're gonna do this, we need to find a tavern that we're never gonna go to.
I turn and look at her. Follow the boozer. In circles.
Yeah, no, you don't find a pub to fight in.
Well, this is very peculiar.
For the record, Rainer stayed at the end while that whole roundabout happened.
Do you do anything? Mark, do you do anything, or?
I'm thinking, is this for the week or we just for tonight?
This is just for tonight. I'll let you guys decide what you do over the course of the week. But
he will just think about everything that's happened right now.
roll a d20. You're distracted by thoughts of Lisa. If you're trying to do anything productive if you're trying to get anything productive done, no, doesn't happen. You once again think back to the half-elf who you found to be the first woman who hasn't scared you or incited, well, at least now incites feelings of panic or fear. And you again feel that warm feeling in your chest. You find yourself smiling rather stupidly in spite of yourself. But you spend a good hour dwelling on those feelings. You're not sure how to deal with them. You're not sure what they are, but you just know that they feel nice. Elizabeth and Jing, you come back after a fruitless night of trying to find a bar fight to see Rainer smiling like an idiot at one of the tables.
Should we bother
I
him?
move to the left so she can punch him in the face if she wants to. because I'm going to get a drink.
I'll get some wine with you.
Hey, barkeep, or innkeep, or whatever you call yourself here. Hello.
Hmm?
Hello. Barkeep.
Eh?
Yes. Uh, question. Where is the most rowdy bar in town?
Why the hell would you want to know that?
Because I have a bet. And this, I point to Elizabeth, and I bet no man in that bar can keep up with her. So, I need participants.
Eh, none come to mind. Sorry, I can't be of help.
Uh, let me put it this way. Damn, where can I find one that's not here?
To show a bit of self-control, I'm not gonna deck you in the face for just saying that.
It's not the first time. Sure, it won't be the
Go,
last.
go up to your room and shut the hell up before I decide otherwise.
Ooh. I placed 10 gold on the table.
He he pu- he paws the gold and drags it under the table. Oh, and get little elf boy over there to stop smiling like an idiot and go up to his room too. I'm closing up for the night.
I toss something at uh Rainer and tell him to go upstairs.
Rainer, you kind of grunt slightly as a small rag is
Can I dodge
bundled
it?
up and thrown it. You can try roll a dex saving throw with disadvantage. You dodge it, but you're brought out of your pleasant thought process and interrupted by Jing telling you to go to bed.
Oh,
What time is it? I look at the watch.
Almost midnight.
Oh shit! I've been daydreaming for 12 hours.
More like 10. But yeah. It is only now you realize you feel hungry. But bed.
I guess I go to bed.
You go to bed. Why do you take a break real quick for a few minutes? I'm gonna go refill my water. I'll be right back.
Eh, I tried. It seems the dice does not want you to fight anyone tonight, Necro.
I just noticed I'm 200 short for plate armor.
You also sold your glaive for a pike.
Which does the same damage, just changes its type.
That's the point.
Isn't a glaive a slashing weapon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pike is piercing weapon. It's too bad Rainer doesn't really like Elizabeth that much, otherwise he could loan you that gold.
Wait. Oh shit! I forgot.
What you forget?
Nah, it's not gonna involve you. I just forgot to ask something.
I'm back.
Welcome back, sir.
Anyways, so okay, here's how it's gonna work. Over the next course of the next week, you're all gonna
Wait for our stuff to be made.
pretty much. One moment.
Damn.
So you're gonna give me a general overview of what you want to try and accomplish over this week, and I'll tell you to roll certain checks to see how you do. First, we'll start with Rainer. What do you want to try and accomplish over this week?
Rainer would like to find out what happened to the elf girl.
All right, roll 3 checks. First, persuasion for Elizabeth to give up her full name.
Persuasion?
Yes. You get her full name. One moment while I look it up. Let me see. That's her full name. That's her last name, which you get from Elizabeth. Next, investigation check to see if you can find her house.
Oh boy.
This is with investigation because you can give like a general description of who she is, what she looks like.
What
So, yeah,
is
roll it
with
with
these
advantage.
rolls? They're all over the place.
With advantage, so roll again.
I had advantage? Why?
Because you have a lot of information about her.
I do? That 17's the advantage.
All right. You eventually, it takes you 3 days to finally track down her house. And kind of surprising because it's one of the biggest fucking mansions in the entire city.
It's bigger than any other house I've ever seen in my life.
It's bigger than where your entire tribe lived.
Wow. Shit. This is an island, right?
Yeah, it's a big fucking island. All right, so you still have 4 days left in the week. What do you want to do?
I honestly have no idea. I didn't expect me to find.
Is
her
this gonna
house.
it's gonna like devolve into stalker level shit?
I-
Because if you don't say anything, that's just what's gonna happen. You're just gonna stalk her.
God damn it! All right, here's what I was trying to build up to that I'm gonna just spill out right now. Rainer wanted some means of like communication with like ability to send her letters or something
Oh,
while he's traveling.
Okay.
That is the extent of what he was planning to do. Because he is
First thing you
not
do-
smart enough or brave enough to just go into some woman's house.
You go back to the magic shop and inquire about this. He produces 2 journals. They have a simple black leather cover, and there's not many symbols on them. He demonstrates what they do to you by writing in one, and the writing immediately appears in the other.
Are you
Stays
Final
there.
Fantasy 15ing me?
No, these are just random items I've made over time. This, if anything, I'd be Harry Potter Chamber of Secretsing you.
Okay, that's
It appears literally in real time as it's written, and just disappears as soon as it's read by the other person.
Your uncle and I. How?
I assume I'm paying for these.
Yeah, they're novelty items. It's about 50 gold.
Done.
Roll a d20. You actually run into Lisa right after you leave the shop.
Explain how I run into her. Is she like right outside in the street? Or
No, she's just walking, and the two of you literally just
she
collide.
walked into the shop?
No, you exit the shop, and she's just immediately right in front of you. Like she's just walking. She's walking by you, but she sees you out of the corner of the eye, and it's just Rainer.
Yeah.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
She quickly hugs you, and then, what are you still doing in the city? I thought you moved on.
We actually planning to leave at the end of the week. We had some things made with the money from that job.
Really? Then, well, how have you been?
Good. How have you?
Been doing pretty well. Things haven't really been all that complex with business recently, so I've had some time to myself. She notices, what are those? And she points to the journals.
I quickly hide them behind my back like a freaking anime character.
She sort of instinctively just walks around to your back to look at them.
I'm just standing still.
You know, hiding them behind your back isn't going to make me forget they're there, right?
I know.
So, what are they?
Magic books. That
Roll an int check to see if you can even explain what they are to her.
that whole int of 0.
The most you get out is magic books and magic writing. Okay.
Can I
Okay, roll a d20, because this is just going to decide what your course of action from here is.
oh fuck. No!
Okay. So, in a moment of panic, because you also notice that there are two people sort of starting to give you a bit of the evil eye
Wait,
from a good couple of feet away. You quickly shove one into her chest, which she panically grabs at, and then you bolt. And you keep running for about 20 minutes, and by the end of
I
it, you
can
find
run
yourself
fucking
completely
far.
lost. Yeah, you find yourself completely lost. But you got her the journal.
That was all he had planned to do, along with collecting.
Yeah, it's like the moment he slows down, exactly as planned.
Honestly, that's
Smash
probably
cut
the
back
best
to
way
Lisa,
that could
and
have
she's like
gone.
kind of blushing because it's sort of the first gift any boy's ever given her.
Also, she got touched in the chest.
Not
No,
that
it
I
was shoved into
noticed.
her midsection. I am not going the accidental groping method here. God damn it.
It wouldn't even be possible if I was shoving a book.
But yeah, no. Oh, it's like smash. Like, yeah, no,
She
Rainer.
has
It's like,
magic. She can figure out what this is immediately.
yeah, but this was more to see if you would look, if you could act cool under pressure.
You
Which,
cannot. I know that for a fact.
if this instance was anything, no. But yeah, you're completely lost. You have no idea where you are.
Did I ever get shown a map of this city?
Oh God, no.
Ah, fuck. I have a thing that lets me be able to remember maps with accuracy. So I was hoping.
Do you?
Nope. No map of this
You
city.
can try and make an investigation check to see if you can recall your course of
Running.
movement. Investigation check.
Nope.
It
am
takes
lost.
you.
I
You
am
eventually get back after
Tomorrow.
2 days. You managed to finally get back, yeah, after 2 days. Anyways. Yeah, Jing Elizabeth, you don't see Rainer back at the inn until Friday.
What would have happened if it was a 1?
You would have found him at the.
You found him in another city?
Yeah, no, he would have just disappeared and showed up in the location somehow.
I at least picked up my cloak or whatever.
Yeah, you did find that. You did manage to find the tailor shop and get that, but
Which is probably how I was able to get there in 2 days.
yeah. You found that wolfhide is surprisingly good as a blanket.
But I already have a blanket.
Yes, and you still have the blanket. But now you have another blanket to put on top of that.
Is it big enough to be a blanket? I'm pretty tall.
Not really, but It's a nice covering to put on top of a blanket. Okay.
All according to Keikaku.
Okay, so Jing, what do you want to do?
Toki, did you mute yourself?
Work on expanding my family business and making some of that money
All
back.
right, so yeah, no, you mostly work with smaller businesses, offloading and loading cargo, trying to chat up a few business deals, and over the course of the week, managed to earn back. Well, first roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier.
So an int check.
You make approximately 500 gold over the course of the week.
That I take immediately over to.
Which you immediately pay back, yeah. So you effectively make nothing.
He is now minus 2,500.
I'm keeping track, sir.
So am I. Alright. Necro Jing just worked all week to try to pay back his debt.
Elizabeth, what are you doing?
I'm looking for information, like where to find dragons, griffins, and the nightmare.
All right, roll an investigation check. You managed to find. Thankfully, that the guild hall has a general section dedicated to bestiaries and similar information on beasts. So you managed to find a book on dragons and general habitats, but you don't find any pertinent information on where dragons currently are. So you have books on them and where to find their habitats, but you don't have current locations of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That takes about 4 days. What do you want to do with the remaining 3?
Search again. So
All right, another investigation.
One better.
Same basic result.
For nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During those 2 days, did my book appear anything?
Yes, it said, "Thanks for the present, Rainer. Rather romantic." And then it signed Lisa with a little heart.
Oh, that's adorable.
I essentially made a cinnamon roll character, so yeah.
What?
Cinnamon roll. You know what that is?
No.
Basically the epitome of innocence.
Okay.
What about a tiki bowl of Cheerios?
Moving on. So yeah, at the end of the week, you guys collect your respective items. Zhang, you literally just collect two scythes that now have no chain, but gives you 2 bracelets. And tells you to put you put them on, and he offers for you to throw it at he offers for you to throw it.
I throw one in a random direction as hard as I can.
It sticks in the wall, and when you pull taut, this glowing blue chain suddenly appears between the end and the bracelet.
Ooh, this will be quite a magic trick. How far does it reach?
Since the entire thing was the wall was about 60 feet from you.
Oh no, I'm talking to him.
The
How
spell
far?
says infinite chain.
Well,
So as far as you can throw it, I guess.
It all depends on the user's strength. Although, I must warn you that the enchantment works in proximity, so the farther you throw it, the more likely the chain is to disconnect. As you must know, magic is not perfect always. This is one instance.
So, say if my weapons were confiscated, how far before I wouldn't be able to retrieve them?
If you were both in the same room with no obstructions, 200 feet. If there were... The chains only work if there's an unobstructed view from you.
So, and I yank it back out the wall and I see them. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
My cat is over here staring at me. What?
So, and Elizabeth, you collect your pike that now has the enchantment on it. Mark down. Essentially, it is the pike's damage plus 1d4 poison.
Okay.
All right. So, do you set off?
I'm ready.
As am I.
Elizabeth?
Yep.
All right. So, one moment. Going to roll encounter. Because I'm going to assume because let's just say you guys, over the course of the week, chartered a ship to sail you directly to Kraken's Nest. Oh no.
Oh, please tell me you didn't just roll Kraken.
Something similar.
We're
Sounds
level
like something
2.
similar.
Somebody lost their journal.
Fuck you, man. That is hidden
So,
away.
the trip goes mostly well until you get about here.
Fuck.
When Elizabeth, you're on watch, and it's a rather foggy night.
Ooh, great sirens.
Roll a perception check.
Fuck! Why now?
You don't notice as, from a movie's perspective, it would be
The mist.
a shot from the shoreline, and the ship you have, and then one much longer ship coming into view.
Oh, fuck! Is this Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah. Is it a ghost ship?
The ship pulls up alongside, and Elizabeth, you only notice when you hear a loud as you look and see a massive grappling hook sink into the deck.
Oh, we got pirates.
The thing's the size of your chest.
Oh, fuck.
Another one is thrown and sinks into the mast, and slowly the chains holding them tighten and begin to pull.
Oh, yellow pirates.
The ship comes into view, and it's a rather... The ship's about equal in height, but much larger, as in lengthwise. And you soon see why, as the entirety of the crew is Minotaurs.
What?
What?
Minotaur
Fun fact.
pirates?
Fun fact, within the D&D universe, Minotaurs are basically the equivalency of pirates. They're an entirely seaborne society.
Wait. Minotaurs, as in freaking bullhead, big fists, bull hooves.
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't that
How
a
many do
demon
you
type?
see?
And they're not as big as the standard Minotaurs, but they're pretty big.
Well, fuck. I'm gonna die right after getting a love interest.
I should have gotten
Um,
that plate armor.
Well, depends on how you handle this. The rest of the crew quickly comes up, and you two do. Thing is, none of the Minotaur are armed.
They don't have to be. They're Minotaurs.
As the ships are pulled together by the chains, and two large gangplanks are set down, two figures approach from the other ship. One's this massive Minotaur wearing what looks to be almost full plate armor.
Fuck.
The other is female, surprisingly, and is carrying a great axe, but is only wearing basic clothing.
Level 2.
We get
The
out
Minotaur
of it.
steps up. Where's the captain?
Does the crew sell him out?
The captain steps forward. What do you want, Godat? You know the cost of trespassing on our isles. Pay up the fee, and we'll leave. If not, you all die. You see the captain, who is a pretty well-worn human male. He's got a beard, is balding, and his hair is starting to go gray. It also looks like he's blind in one eye. He takes out a small pouch from his pocket and tosses it to the Minotaur, who catches it. That should cover us. Get off my boat before you start to stink it up. Still need to tracking customers after all. And the Minotaur, who is Gudat, as he's come to call, slowly walks up to the mast and almost without any ease, pulls out this grappling hook that is almost as big as a person and just single-handedly like loops it over his shoulder and just slowly starts walking back. The female minotaur that accompanied him pulls the hook out of the deck and does the same. The gangplanks are rescinded, the ships push off, and he returns, and it vanishes into the mist.
The fuck? So what did you have to roll to be able to pay them?
If you had to roll, you would have been to fight.
Ah.
Do you want to just drop the issue, or?
Rainer is very surprised at these boar-like creatures.
Bull, but
Well, whatever. What has he seen, man?
But does anybody else want to question the captain about what happened?
Nope.
I'm good. I'm drinking my my rum.
Rainer, do you ask?
What were those?
Possibly one of the most destructive scourges on the sea. Granted, the Kraken's worse, but these are the Kraken you can only expect it to attack when it gets angry or hungry. Those things are minotaurs. Essentially, imagine what would happen if a bull got really angry, decided everything else needed to die or serve it, and got opposable thumbs. Thankfully, if you either pay him off or subscribe to their idea of honor through combat, they're pretty easy to deal with. So I've been avoiding getting killed by them and still sailing to their islands for trade. Don't worry. So long as they don't have a reason to, they won't attack. He sort of pats you on the shoulder before heading back down. All right, let's double up our efforts. We don't want to be caught out on the seas if another clan decides to try and con us. The crew kind of nods in affirmation and sets about. If any of them were sleeping, it was immediately canceled, and now they're all up and fully prepared, fully going. Do you try to...
Jing is
buoy the
definitely
morale?
helping. Jing is definitely helping.
All right.
You gotta play a lullaby.
Rainer, what are you performing on?
My lyre.
Ah,
You forgot I had that, didn't you?
a bit, yeah. All right, so you all managed to... about here before... by the end of the second day.
And another one.
All right, so you
I
make
write in
another
my
day
book
of
about the
progress.
Minotaurs.
What was that?
Something cool happens, I'm gonna write to her.
All right, so you write to her about the Minotaurs, and she... The moment you write down Minotaurs, a panicked flurry of writing responds. Messages ranging from "Are you okay?" to "Did they even try to hurt you? What happened? Tell me everything." In rapid succession, far too fast for you to even be able to respond.
Wait, does this use up any paper, actually?
You're not sure, actually. But it seems that as if a conversation is constantly being held, the ink doesn't disappear.
Alright, so if it was like a day later, the ink would vanish and be fresh pages.
Well, no. As soon as the conversation ends, it just vanishes.
Okay.
Basically, it can
It's
only
text
hold up to a
messaging.
certain. Yeah, pretty much. It can only hold up to a certain amount in a conversation before it just starts deleting the old stuff.
Okay, good to know.
So yeah, you could probably hold about at least an hour-long conversation before you'd have to start writing over. Okay. Anyways, so yeah. Yeah, this feels a lot like all of a sudden Fire Emblem support conversations. Don't know why I'm getting that vibe. Yeah, don't know why I'm getting that vibe all of a sudden,
Well,
but
you did compare my character to a Fire Emblem character.
well, no, that was your fault for making it like that. I'm digging myself into the hole here.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyways, yeah, you spend that whole day just talking away with her on and off. Anyways, things keep proceeding. Another day passes.
Just as a reference, what did you roll for? How high were the Minotaurs on your 20?
It was the 20.
Oh wow.
Oh,
If you had rolled anything lower, it would have been you saw like whispers of the ship, but they never actually interceded.
I would assume the 20 was a Kraken.
Oh God, no! That was a 1.
Oh, okay. The best. Wait.
The situation that would have probably resolved in the most peaceful way is the highest.
Right.
The lower you go, the worse the situation gets for you.
Right. I for some reason my brain is confusing how a D20 works.
All right, so does anybody want to do anything for the day?
wait, do I still have those books?
I'm gonna fish. As counting as my foraging for us to not need rations.
All right, you fish. You just fish.
Wait, do I have to roll?
Roll a nature check. Or no, wait, survival check, not nature.
Thank God.
Jesus.
Nature is a +0.
You catch a shark somehow.
Yeah!
Like, okay, so for everybody else, it's like Raynor's just dropping a line over the side and it's like dragging a bit. It's like, Elizabeth, you come up to it, it's like, you're never going to catch anything that way. And then you hear a tug, he rips the line out of the water, and a shark just comes sailing onto the boat.
And I'm gonna kill it.
Oh no, the crew immediately swarms and kills the thing.
Oh, okay. Then I'm taking
But,
its teeth.
Yeah, no, Raynor, you chop up the shark and everybody has shark for dinner, and you have a shark skin now.
Skin?
Yeah, you just have the skin of the shark.
Can I also have its teeth? I want to make a necklace.
You can take the teeth, sure.
Well, does he even know what a shark is?
Probably not, but I do now.
He caught a really big fish.
With sharp teeth.
Yeah, you got a really big fish with sharp teeth and weird skin. He now has weird fish skin, and weird fish teeth. That is how you are marking that down in your inventory, Raynor.
I forget what that Mayan tool was. It's like a club with shark teeth.
No, I
yes.
think I know what you're talking about.
The Mayan War Club.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
I just like to point out I'm getting all sorts of non-armor accessories right now. I got the wolf pauldron, I got the blanket, I got shark's teeth.
Well, no, the thing is, with the shark hide, you could actually make that into a full robe.
A robe.
Like, you could actually make that into a full set of clothing, basically. You could make a shark skin suit, even.
My design for my character, my brain's getting very confused now.
It's optional, but you could also just sell the skin.
Or you can make a shark skin sword. Go full
I could
Kasami
make
on
a
somebody.
vest out of the skin. There are so many options for this. I'm gonna have to think about this later.
That's what happens when you roll high as hell. You get options. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, Necro, yeah. Oh, that wasn't even... I think that was used for the Mayan sport. And it was just made a sword so that the losing team could just kill themselves for sacrifice.
Yeah, that sounds like the Mayans.
That or the winning team just killed them, but...
Or just for weddings.
The Mayan War Club.
Anyways, Rainer, you tell Lisa that you caught a really big and weird fish.
Yes.
Okay, so the conversation goes, after you say that, she writes, weird fish? Describe it.
He had black eyes, really dark skin.
And then she just writes, as you're writing that underneath it, just draw a picture.
Can this do that? And I try drawing a picture.
The ink writes down. Oh, you mean a shark?
What's a shark?
What you caught.
Oh. I got it. I caught a shark then.
How did you catch it? With a javelin? A spear?
With a fishing pole.
Okay, stop joking. How'd you catch it?
I went fishing and I pulled it onto the deck.
Really?
Yes. Now here's my question. Can I can I show how honest I'm being to a book?
No.
Yeah, so she's just gotta take my word for it, but she knows me enough to know if I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, she'd know at that point.
My character's gonna look so fucking dumb if I ever decide to draw him.
Yeah, but he's gonna feel like he's on top of the world with all his stuff.
I can wear anything as long as it's not armor.
You could technically be shirtless, but... Which is why I love monks and barbarians. It's... You think you snuck up on them? Nope. Because even if they're asleep, they still got their armor. Alright, so... Elizabeth, you watched Rainer pull out a shark.
I'll just clap.
Yeah, Elizabeth, what do you do after that?
Do I still have those books, or were they just rentals?
What is this?
The books from the guild?
Yeah? You can. You...
Do I have them, or I just borrow it?
Yeah, you just borrowed it.
No. I'll just find the highest place and just start drinking.
All right. You fly up to the crow's nest and get smashed.
Hey!
Poor
This is
guy.
my spot.
I was about to say, should there be someone up there?
Yeah. Anyways, let's say you guys get to the harbor, and we're gonna end it there for tonight.
Okay.
Cool, because I got to work in the morning for some
All
reason.
right. Well, that was interesting.
I get XP for fishing a shark.
Yes, you get. Yeah, you get. Let me think. You get 50 XP for managing to pull a shark out of the water.
50?
Yeah.
You're gonna know before any of us.
The perks of role playing, I guess.
That's I reward for going a bit, trying to go the extra mile. I reward it. Anyways,